Just a reminder to vote in this week's Locals poll, where you decide what deck I take to Locals every single week. Without any further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and for today we've got the profile for the deck we would have taken to Locals this past week if the shop was open. It had to close for some unknown reason. Not quite sure what it was, but regardless, we played some online matches instead. We did all right. We went 2-1 with the updated Alphabet Union post Maze of the Master. So yeah, here's a look to what it looks like on paper. Then we'll get to the card by card. All right, so just to keep in mind, before we start getting into the monsters, this is like basically a 100% pure build. So if you don't see some things in here, this is just like a pure build for casual play. This isn't meant to be competitive at all, so just keep that in mind. So first, we've got our Assault Cores. So this one, when it's equipped to a monster, that the equipped monster is unaffected by your opponent's monster effects. And then if it would be destroyed, you can destroy it instead. And then when it's sent from field to grave, you get to add another Union monster from your graveyard to your hand. All right, very similar with B Buster Drake, only it gives you spell immunity, and then when this one's sent from field to grave, you get to add a Union monster from your deck to your hand. Sea Crush Wyvern is trap immunity, of course, and then when this one is sent from the field to grave, you can special summon a Union monster from your hand. All right, next, moving into some of the newer cards, we have 3 copies of X-Cross Cannon. This guy is really, really good. If you control a Light Machine, Fusion, or Union monster, you can just special summon him from your hand for free. And then during your main phase, you can equip a Light Machine Union monster from your deck to this card. You are locked into light monsters for the rest of the turn, but that's not really a big deal. So yeah, really, really good card. All right, next we're running 2 each of Y Yearhead and Z Zillion Tank. So I decided to run 2 because we do a lot of like sending from our hand to the grave to try to draw and things like that, and also so this way we can try to always have something in rotation. If one gets stopped, we can just get the other. You know, we can use the second copy, or you know, whatever it may be. So yeah, Yearhead, when it's special summoned, you can equip a level 4 Light Machine monster from your hand or grave to it, and then it has the typical, you know, you can special summon this equip monster Union text. Z Zillion Tank, with this one, you do the same thing, only when it's special summoned, you get to equip one of your banished level 4 Light Machine Union monsters. So yeah, good there. If the video's not too long, I'll do like a quick little combo thing too. We are also running 1 each of the OG X, Y, and Z. This will come up later when we explain the effect of XYZ Hyper Dragon Cannon. So yeah, we are running 1 each of these. We'll revisit those later. And finally, to round out the monster, we have 1 each Union Driver and Union Pilot. So Union Driver, you get to banish the equipped this equipped card in order to equip a different Union monster from your deck to the monster. So that's typically what you use it for. Union Pilot, this is a more recent card. It's actually from Rage of the Abyss. So basically, what you do is, while this is equipped to a monster, you get to return this card to your hand as cost, and then you equip a banished Union monster to a monster you control. So this is also fairly good with trying to get back like say a Y or a Z that gets banished. But, so yeah, pretty useful there. And then it also special summons itself once you do that. Moving on to the spells now. 1 Terraforming to search our Union Hanger, and 1 Foolish Burial just to get another body in the grave. So that way we can banish for our big fusion monsters. I'm running 3 copies of Hand Destruction as well. This is actually pretty good because, because obviously you want to try to go first with this deck, right? So you'll each have 5 cards. You activate this. You send any of your monsters to the grave because, they can just be banished from the graveyard for your fusion monsters. And then you also get a peek at what your opponent's playing as well. So I kind of like that. Next, 3 copies of Fusion Deployment. This one, you reveal a fusion monster from your extra deck and special summon a fusion material from your deck whose name is specifically listed on that fusion monster. So this is a good way to, like, say, reveal XYZ Hyper Dragon Cannon, get the new X-Cross Cannon straight from your deck, and you're off to the races. The only restriction is that you can only summon fusion monsters the turn you activate it. So this card actually checks everything that happened in the turn before you activate it. So basically you can't link summon and then activate this. You can only do fusions that turn, the entire turn. Next, 3 copies of the new Union Activation. So this one, you send a Light Machine Union monster or a Light Machine normal monster, which is part of the reason why we play the X-Head Cannon, to the grave in order to search a a Light Machine monster with the same attack but a different name. It does also have a grave effect, but that doesn't come up in this deck. But yeah, so basically you're using this, you can dump X-Head Cannon, search X-Cross Cannon, or you can, like, say, dump B Buster Drake to search for, Z Zillion Tank, or, whatever you want to do. So that's always nice. Next, 3 copies of Unauthorized Reactivation. So basically you target a machine monster you control and equip an appropriate Machine Union monster from your hand or deck to that monster. The only restriction is that the monster you equip cannot be special summoned from the spell and trap zone that turn. However, if you use that to equip either Union Pilot or Union Driver, then you can just use their effects to get a different Union monster and then special summon that monster from your spell and trap zone. So there are some workarounds from that restriction. We are also playing 2 copies of XYZ Combine. So if a Light Machine Union monster is banished, you can special summon X-Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, or Z Metal Tank from your deck. So this is just another way to get another body on the field so we can go into link plays, or also just some things with, like, say, Union Controller, which we'll get to later. Really nice. And finally, rounding out the main deck, 3 copies of Union Hanger. So when this is activated, you can add a Light Machine Union monster from deck to hand. And then when a Light Machine Union monster is normal or special summoned to your field, you get to target one and equip a different Light Machine Union monster from your deck to that monster. So yeah, really solid card here. This is one of your main targets to search with Union Controller if you don't already have it in your hand or on your field. And so, yeah, with that, we're going to go to the extra deck. So first, we're going to talk about our 3 copies of Hip Hoshinigin. This is just a generic light support monster. It just boosts all light monsters on the field by 500. And then if it gets destroyed, you get to add a light monster from your grave back to your hand. So you do have some recycling power as well. It's basically just to make a already big guy bigger. Next, we're going to talk about Union Controller. And This is actually a collector's rare that, so funny story, I got a box from Locals, me and a guy split it, and, because basically he only was looking for 7th Tachyon, and so he's like, okay, literally everything else is yours, I just want that if we get it, and so, but he actually, opened this, and was like, hey, weren't you looking for this? And I was like, yes I am. But so yeah, so with this guy, it takes any Light Machine monster plus either the new Y Airhead or the Z Zillion tank. Usually, you actually want to use Y Airhead because if you either A, already have Z Zillion tank in your hand, or search it with, say, something like B Buster Drake or Union Activation, which is something that you can search off of this, or Union Hanger, then you can use its second effect to special summon this, get the Y Airhead back from your banish zone, and yada yada yada. But yeah, so basically, you banish the above cards you control. If it's special summoned from the extra deck, you add a spell or trap from your deck to your hand that mentions the words Union Monster in its card text. And then, basically, during your main phase, you can special summon a Light Machine, normal, or Union monster from your hand. So basically, like, let's just say, you know, you open the bare minimum, your hand's not that great, but you're able to get to this guy, he resolves, you search Union Activation, you activate the Union Activation, no Ash Blossom, you send, I don't know, B Buster Drake to the graveyard to search for Z Zillion tank, and then activate, special summon Z, Z effect, equip Y, yada yada yada. And I currently only have one of this, but I think I'm actually going to bump it up to 2. So that's what this card is for. It's just a placeholder. I was originally experimenting with a Light Machine Link monster called Steel Star Regulator. I thought it was kind of unique and cool, but honestly, it's just not really that good, unfortunately. So I think I'm just gonna get a second Union controller. So I gotta see how much the collector's rare Union controller is, because I want them to match. But so yeah, we're gonna go up to 2, just so that way we always have the option, especially with things like Kashtira Unicorn running around. We don't want to get sniped from our extra deck and then just be basically a sitting duck. And on the same note is actually why I'm running 2 of the OG XYZ Dragon Cannon. Basically, the only reason I'm running 2 is to protect against things like Kashtira Unicorn, or what's that one Dogmatica monster? It's like Dogmatica Maximus or something like that. But yeah, so basically this is just a way to ensure that we can always have this option available to us during our turn. Oh, and you can discard a card to pop a card your opponent controls. That is not once per turn. And that's also why we play the original XYZ pieces. We'll get to that in a minute, though. ABC Dragon Buster, this is kind of your main threat, I guess you could say. You of course banish the A, B, and C from your field and or graveyard. And then, as a quick effect, you get to discard a card, target a card on the field, banish it, and during your opponent's turn, you can tribute this guy, target 3 of your banished Light Machine Union monsters with different names, and special summon them. So, yeah, I think everyone basically kind of knows what ABC Dragon Buster does. Next, 2 of the new XYZ Hyper Dragon Cannon. So this guy, it takes 1 each of the new XYZ monsters. And then, he has to be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards from your field and or grave. This one, it's basically a souped up version of the original XYZ. You still have to discard to pop a card, but now it's a quick effect. And then if this is either on your field or in your graveyard, you can banish this for cost. and then reveal a level 8, a Light Machine Fusion monster, which would, of course, be either your ABC Dragon Buster, or its main function is for the XYZ Dragon Cannon, and you can special summon the fusion materials for that monster from your graveyard and or banishment. And so basically you want to just dump your graveyard full of monsters, including the original XYZ pieces. You get this guy, you know, maybe he survives a turn or not, doesn't really matter. And then on your next turn, you banish him, reveal the OG XYZ, special summon X Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, and Z Metal Tank from your grave and or banishment, which is kind of part of the reason why I like to run the XYZ Combine, because then you can, like, say, use the original Y Dragon Head plus Y Yer Head to summon Union Controller. But you special summon up to 3 of those guys, and then that allows you... Oh, and also, I didn't realize this before, but this guy's level 9. So, just be aware of that. You can't use his effect to recycle the X-Cross Cannon and whatnot. Can't do that. He's level 9. And so then you get your ABC Dragon Buster plus your XYZ Dragon Cannon, and contact fuse them together for A to Z Dragon Buster Cannon. I absolutely love this card. It's big and stupid, and I just love it. So basically, as I mentioned, it takes ABC plus XYZ. You got to banish those cards to special summon it from your field, and then during either player's turn, when your opponent activates any type of card, you can discard a card to negate and destroy. And then during either player's turn, you can banish this card to then target and special summon one each of your banished ABC Dragon Buster and XYZ Dragon Cannon. So, and this guy's 4,000 attack and defense, by the way. So one thing I love to do is summon this guy during my main phase, right? And, you know, obviously this isn't going to be happening turn 1 most of the time, but summon him, battle, swing, okay, nothing, activate, banish, bring back the XYZ and the ABC, and then just continue to punch, and by that point it should be game. So, yeah. And, yeah, we're already at like 17 minutes. So, if you're wanting to see how you use Union Controller and whatnot, there should be a video here coming up soon on the side here with the little cards, where it actually shows the best games that I played with this deck to get ready for locals. So you guys can just watch that. Really fun deck, pretty cheap too, so really, really fun. Yeah, like, subscribe, vote in the locals poll, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.